Check out this property I recently bought and renovated. I actually had COVID-19 during this renovation. It's currently worth $70,000 more than I've got in it, and it cash flows $770 a month. I'm currently getting $1,835 a month rent, which leaves me $770 a month with cash flow. The $700 a month cash flow equals about $9,000 a year in positive cash flow. That principal payment is earning me $7,000 a year. This property is also going up in value, almost $11,000 a year. It increases my net worth by about $25,000 a year. 5 years would be about $208,000. 10 years would be $345,000. And again, just think if you had 10 of these properties, right? Can you see why I like doing this? Are you saving that much per year? Is your 401k growing that much? I bought a property or two a year while working a full-time job, and on my channel, I'm going to show you how you can do it too. This will provide security for your family in case you happen to get laid off. It'll also increase the quality of life for your family today and through retirement. Okay, this is the video I did when I was touring this house from the guy selling it to me, Tim, that you see in the video here. He's a real estate investor and was going to flip this property. I'll tell you the story about how I found this house and met Tim at the end of this video. In this video, Tim shows me what he was going to do to the house before flipping it.
What's in this room, Jeremy, was to take this wall out completely.
Yeah.
It is most likely a load-bearing wall.
And we did that to this house. We put an LVL beam up in here, and we were actually able to recess it all the way up into the attic where you can't see it. The ceilings are pretty short, and so if we could get it up any higher, it would help with the looks.
Beam will start about 7 feet back from here. This wall will come out also.
We took that wall out. You'll notice we completely opened up this kitchen and got rid of this laundry room here.
So they're going across this way in the whole house?
They are. It's just I don't know if there's resting. You know, you have to look to see and see, because it is like this. But if it's resting here, here, and here, then you might have to put a beam in.
Okay.
So you just have to look at that and see. In the kitchen, we're going to remove this laundry room.
Yep.
Take
We did
the
that.
hot water heater out, and it would go to the closet.
Okay.
And the back closet.
Instead of putting that water heater in the closet and taking up room that we wanted to put the washer and dryer in there, we actually got a short, fat boy, they call them, water heater and put underneath the crawl space.
And that way this would open this kitchen up a little more.
Yeah.
You can go out to that wall, like where I say 7 feet here.
To a breakfast bar or an island.
Yeah.
You'll see I did the breakfast bar. You also notice I replaced a lot of these windows with larger and taller windows. I actually kept this paneling that you see over here and painted it white.
And our thoughts in here, there was to replace the 2 windows. You know, that's optional. We were going to put French doors.
I got rid of all that carpet and it had hardwood underneath. We repaired a little bit of it and refinished it all the same color. It looks great. We also replaced this window in the living room area and replaced the sliding glass door into that patio.
Take that door out completely. And
we did remove that door.
This closet up on the inside, because the closet in that bedroom is very small because of the return air. So we're going to open this closet up and give it a larger closet. That was our thought.
So basically close it off in here
Close it off.
and give the room to
To
that.
Give it to that bedroom.
This door.
We did that.
Okay.
And we made a closet where he's standing.
As far as the rest of the house, the only thing we were going to do in this room was going to widen the shower. The entrance into the shower is very small.
Okay.
So
We did not do that.
We're just going to knock this thing out?
Yes.
Ah.
Just open it up. So
Okay.
We
Were
didn't
you
do
going to
that.
leave the shower and try to paint it with epoxy?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just paint.
We did that. We left it. We painted it white with epoxy. And that paint that we used is on my Amazon store. That there's a link in the show notes below.
I believe the whole house has really nice hardwood floors.
All of them.
It really did.
So we pulled the carpet back in one area, and the
We were just
hardwood
gonna refinish
looks
them.
decent.
Gotcha.
This room, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. And really nothing. I bought the hot water heater here,
Uh-huh.
and we measured it out, and it would accommodate a stackable washer and dryer right there.
And
Yeah, we left the shelving, which you'll see later, and put the stackable washer and dryer straight where he's standing.
this is a master bedroom,
Uh-huh.
and women want a closet,
Uh-huh.
and this does not have a closet.
What I did here, you'll notice this in the after photos. In these older houses, there's actually about twice as much closet space in these closets, but you can only see the center of it with these doors. And what we do is put a double door, and when you open it up, the closet appears twice as big as it looks now. And then I put a upper and lower rod, and you really get an effective double closet out of it. I did that to all 3 bedrooms. I also got rid of these strange little heating and air thermostats that were in most all the rooms and a few other old telephone jacks and things like that to make the walls look very clean.
This bathroom was basically in decent shape, but it may be that Tub might have to be replaced. There is a little bit of a
There's a
sinkage
dip.
area.
In here, I was able to just put in a fresh coat of epoxy. We may have replaced the knobs in the bathtub.
That subfloor's probably got to be replaced.
Oh, I did replace both toilets. I like to get the elongated toilets. I hate those little round ones.
This, we're gonna tear this out.
Okay.
Open up the,
So back to the kitchen, I did a lot of what she's suggesting here. I had my cabinet guy come in and try to match the cabinets that were there already. He painted those, and then over here he put a pantry in and then some lower cabinets.
electrical box is gonna be moved to the
Oh.
back.
That was a big deal to move that electrical box. Okay, so here's the fun part. These are the after photos. You can see the new fence going along both sides of the property here. We've painted it. There was some brick on the front underneath the windows. We painted that. And you can see the shutters that Terry made, which Tim had suggested with stain, and the column just in front of his truck that you'll see as we approach. Very peaceful neighborhood, family-friendly neighborhood. Actually, the house across the street, I'm working to buy it. It's a house stuck in the HUD foreclosure system. Got some pine straw there. Half of those plants were already there, and we just matched them. Eric did a great job on that. We actually replaced that side door. We replaced all of the crawl space vents in the bottom of this house. We do that in all of our properties. They automatically close when the weather gets cold, and then they open in the spring so air can flow through. We buy those on Amazon, and there's a link in the show notes. Neat little storage shed. Great backyard. You see the fire pit there. You see where we've completed the fence all the way around. There was no fence along that entire section between us and the neighbors right there. So we pieced it all back together. These are two new windows. I made them much taller to let as much light in as possible because it only has 8-foot ceiling. You can see Terry's beautiful shutters. I have my yard guy just really clean up a lot of these limbs that were hanging over and hanging low. We just pressure wash and stain that deck with the same color, and it looks great. Terry added some supports to it. It was a little wobbly. We put some new exterior lights around the property. Let's check out the inside. So you see all hardwood floors, super smooth ceiling, excellent job matching that up. Our sheetrock finisher did a great job in here. New tile in the kitchen, we used the same tile in the bath and the hallway. This is real granite. You can see how the cabinet guy did a great job of adding new cabinets to match the old cabinets on the right-hand side. He also modified the cabinet above the stove. I do this in a lot of my older houses like this. They just trim the cabinets that are above the stove so that they can accommodate a microwave hood. So again, that was that ugly stove that was in there. The kitchen faucets are also available on my Amazon store. And then just left of the stove, you'll see a really neat, deep pantry. It's made a great bar where you can sit on the other side. You can see we kept that paneling on the left. Love the kitchen lighting too, and you'll see lots of can lights throughout. Big, bright windows. You can see where we made that closet there and got rid of that old front door. Great patio. We put an outlet for a TV up on the wall high there. You can see the bar area for bar stools there. Then you can see the renovation we did to the hall bath. We didn't really modify any of the walls in there. I did add a cabinet above the toilets for extra storage. And I added some matching medicine cabinets, new light fixtures. And then you can see we put the epoxy paint on this shower, and we added some new tile to the bottom. If you use that epoxy paint on the bottom of the shower, it rubs off, and so we simply just put new flooring right over top of the old flooring. You'll also notice the same flooring in the bathroom there that we use in the kitchen. So the 3 other bedrooms, we replaced that window with a large window, and we took the recommendation to make this closet double by using the space that was in the living room. Again, we busted out the small door that was there and made it a double door. Love those ceiling fans, by the way. You can see we added the washer and dryer, kept the shelves in there, really nice and bright. All these doors stayed. That window was already like that. Busted it open, made it twice as big. Look how big that closet looks. Double racks in there. Really clean. You can see hooks behind every door. We showed this closet in the video how small it was. Look how big it is now. No one's complained it was small. This bathroom, we added the same medicine cabinet, the same cabinet above the toilet, new toilet, same light fixtures in the other, and then we painted some new epoxy on this shower. It looks great. I put these little coat racks here behind the door in the bathroom and the front door. All right, so let me walk you through the numbers. It was generally about half material and half labor. I'll show you at the bottom. Typical materials and supplies. Looks like I spent probably $2,200 for granite. The big LVL beam that we put across the living room was only $300. The cabinet guy was only $2,400. I got the heating and air checked out, and it was only $100 to get it working. Container dumpster, and it was $300. $3,000 on the fence. $2,500 refinishing the hardwoods. Almost $500 having it cleaned at the end. $1,100 on gutters. $400 on landscaping. So in total, I spent about $22,000 on materials, about $23,000 on labor, $500 or so on other, totaling about $46,000. So I bought it for $1,015. I put $46,000 in it, renovating it. So my total investment is about $148,000. Zillow estimates that it's worth $218,000, which puts me at a $70,000 equity position. So now let's check out the cash flow. After principal, interest, insurance, and taxes, my monthly expenses are about $1,065 a month. I'm currently getting $1,835 a month rent, which leaves me $770 a month with cash flow. This covers everything but maintenance and repairs. And with single-family homes, my tenants are basically responsible for most of the typical ongoing maintenance. The tenants are also responsible for maintaining lawn care, and they pay utilities. From a wealth building perspective, the $700 a month cash flow equals about $9,000 a year in positive cash flow. That principal payment I mentioned earlier is really earning me $7,000 a year and paying this property down. It's like a forced savings account. Over the last 2 years, real estate has gone up by about 15% nationally, and more than that locally. But if we just assume a modest 5% annual appreciation on this property, that comes out to about $10,000 or almost $11,000 a year that this property is also going up in value. So those three sources of income total about $27,500. If I have to spend $2,500 of that per year maintaining this property, that would leave me with about $25,000 a year that it's increasing my net worth. So if we multiply that by 5 years, it would give you $137, plus the $70,000 equity that I already have today, would be about $208,000 of an equity increase 5 years after owning it. 10 years would be $345,000. And again, just think if you had 10 of these properties, right? Can you see why I like doing this? Oh, people keep asking me where the show notes are and how to see the Amazon store. Go down to the bottom of the videos. On your phone, there'll be a little triangle right down in this area that you click. If you're on your desktop, go down here and click Show More, and you'll see this Amazon store right here. If you're wondering why my Amazon store is called Stolen Yorkie, that's because Lily was stolen one time when we were skiing, and after 2 weeks, we actually got her back from a lady in another state. Someone dumped her at this lady's front porch who saw her Facebook page after 500,000 views and returned her. So we're super lucky to have Lily back. But here's a bunch of products I use when I rehab all my houses. You'll see this tub and tile paint. You'll see a bunch of light fixtures. Oh, these are those mini blind hooks that often break, and these ones on the left here are some metal ones. They're a lot sturdier. But here's those hooks you'll see behind my front doors and the bathrooms and bedrooms I like to use. Oh, this is a great dimmer switch I like to use, those LEDs. Got some great affordable fans here, a lot of great lighting. You can leverage a bunch of money I've spent on designers and just buy my stuff directly. It actually supports the channel when you buy things off this. This is a fantastic leaf blower that's battery operated that we keep in our car and go to when we're going to be showing properties. This is a great faucet for $35. These little signs are fantastic. They're just white signs that you write on with a Sharpie, and we put these out at our properties for rent. There's something magical about a handwritten sign. I've bought more expensive versions that I've had printed. You get a lot more response if you handwrite a sign. I love this 3-blade fan over here. Oh, here's a neat open house sign you can put out there while your guys are remodeling so people will know it's okay to come and check the place out. These are those pod lights that I like to use. Be sure you get dimmable. These are. Oh, here's that cross base vent that closes by itself. Look how cheap this is. Oh, these are lock boxes that we use to put on the door, and we'll talk to people. And if we feel good about them, we'll give them the code to let them in themselves and see the property a lot of times. Or if someone's moving in from out of town, we use this cheap lock box on Amazon. Love these. Oh, here's another cool thing we use at all of our properties. We mount this fan behind the cross base vents, and it's got a hemostat on it. And when it gets moist under there, it blows air out of the house and it pulls air in from the opposite side of the house to keep those crawl spaces dry. I've also got a group of book recommendations, smart home products, and office gear. Put your questions and your hints and tips in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a comment that says AirPods to be entered to win one pair of AirPod Pros that Lily's giving away to one of our first 1,000 subscribers. Although I'm a licensed CPA and have 3 business degrees, own more than $7 million of real estate, and have more than $50,000 a month in rental property income, I'm just a guy on YouTube with my dog, so please be sure to contact your professional before making any investment decisions. We post weekly, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know when our next video is out. Until next time, I hope you have a great week.